It's beer o'clock on Reload Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Perła and it's their Miodowa Honey Lager coming in at 6% ABV. There's a look at the label. There's the bottle cap. Let's get this honey lager out into a glass and see what we get. It's from Poland. One of the larger kind of Polish beer brands. Most definitely a lager, a big ass lager brand from Poland. So, good levels of carbonation. There's a slight haze there to it. It's a one finger white head. Even carbonation, golden amber in the colour. Let's get the aroma. Do we get any of that honey? Do you know what? Fair play. I'm picking up a lot of sweet candied honey in this beer. It doesn't smell too bad. Should we dive in? Cheers, everybody. Oh wow, lots of honey, tons of honey. It's a bit like, yeah, it's a bit like sticking your finger in a jar of honey, to be honest. That is quite impressive in a way that, okay, yes, it is a major Polish lager brand. We've all drank mass-produced lager from around the world. They tend to do things on the cheap. They tend to give you a little kind of sprinkling of something. They don't go in kind of full belt, full-hearted with their beers. They might have called this a honey beer. They might have just floated a honeycomb over the mash tun and not even put any honey in the beer. But no, fair play to Perła. They put quite a bit of honey in this beer, and it takes the edge off that nasty lager taste. Let's dive in again. It's a very generic bland lager that they've used, or that they've brewed even, and they've masked it with a ton of honey, literally a mammoth amount of honey. It's a very sweet beer. It's a very sweet lager. 6% ABV. You don't really get any kind of touch of that alcohol. It's not really kind of kicking in at all here. It's very carbonated, being pushed around the inside of the mouth. It's quite corn-like. There's a bit of biscuit malt in there. But yeah, as I mentioned, it's a bit like fizzy honey. But, and I say but, I've had worse lagers. Carlin Black Label, Foster's, Stella Artois. Oh, we could go on all night, couldn't we? Heineken, Carlsberg. I've had worse lagers than this. I quite like the fact that they've made a bit of an effort with this. They've chucked quite a bit of honey in. I would like to know how much honey they actually put into this beer to be able to get this great big honey taste, because these brewers, pardon me, these brewers don't make a little bucket of beer each time. They make a gazillion gallons of the stuff every time they brew it. So if you imagine all that liquid, the amount of honey they would have had to add to this brew to get it to even taste like honey must have been monumental. So fair play to Perła on that point. I'm going to rate it. Perła Miodowa Honey Lager, 6% ABV. I've had a lot worse beers from a lot kind of well-known breweries around the world. This is far better than Budweiser. Let's rate it. I'm going to be pretty generous with this beer, only because of the reasons I gave earlier, in that there's some taste here, and for a big lager company like Perla to produce quite a big lager taste and quite a big honey taste in a beer like this, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10 from Reload Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up, boom, and cheers.